A decisive week ahead for the future of the federal Liberal Party as it hopes to end its malaise over net zero and chart a more clearer course. Joining us live now is the Shadow Communications Minister, Melissa McIntosh. It's good to see you this morning, Melissa. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, where do you expect to land?
I'm feeling a bit more positive than when we
were
spoke
chatting last week. So you're more positive now.
Maybe because I'm out of Canberra and back home.
So elaborate more on that. Why are you feeling more positive today?
I think even a week, and people do say a week is a long time in politics, but for me, I came to my position a number of weeks ago because I surveyed my community, so I felt really strong in that. But I think other members of the coalition have been stating their position, and I feel like we'll land something, and I hope. I'll go into that party room I've always said I would and keep representing my community. They don't want net zero. They are struggling under energy prices. Small businesses are closing. Manufacturers are closing. I think this is a really important position for us to make, and I hope we do the right thing by the Australian people.
So the words net zero, are they going to be in or out of whatever the final position or communique is?
Well, it's ultimately about what our position is going to be for the country, and my community does not want net zero because of these reasons. They think they're doing the right thing. They feel like they are. They're putting solar panels on the roofs. They can't afford the batteries, and they are suffering like they've never suffered before. And they said to me, ultimately, they want power bills to be lowered, and it is all about affordability of energy, number one. That's number one. Only 4% of people said emissions reduction should be our number one priority as a country.
So for those who do want net zero to be a part of the mix, and I'm looking at Andrew Bragg, looking at a couple of the moderates, what do you do to please everybody? Well,
that's the thing. You can't please everyone. But I know some people talk about the seats that we have to win, but there are also seats that we must retain. And they're seats like mine. These are everyday Australians that, are out in our suburbs. And people in our suburbs are really fighting for survival right now when you've got double income families lined up at food banks.
Oh, yeah.
And it's reality.
That.
It's not being against the environment. It's pro-reality. Yeah. So I hope we have a really robust discussion and we can get to a pragmatic energy solution.
But I mean, it sounds like just from hearing what you're saying, then hearing what Alex Antic is saying, hearing what Jane Hume's saying, hearing what Andrew Bragg's saying, I mean, it doesn't feel like everyone's on the same page.
Oh, it's going to be a big love-in.
It's
going to be great. No, for me, my community also supports nuclear. 77% are supportive of lifting the ban. Let's have a short-term, a medium-term and a long-term solution. I think we do need to get more gas into the system. Been saying that for a long time. You go out to a manufacturer in Western Sydney, they say I can put all the solar panels in the world on the roof. It's not going to do anything. We need gas to furnace heavy industry manufacturing. Let's look at all of the options. But as I said to you, my community is super strong on not wanting net zero. It is killing them. It is killing everyday Australians. They don't want us going on this path. They don't want us following Labor and having an all-renewables approach.
Is that what you feel like? If net zero is a part of it, then you're just going to be mirroring Labor?
Yeah, well, why can't we get to a position where we have a strong message and then we start doing what we do best when we're a strong opposition and attack Labor for its failed targets on emissions reduction, on its failed targets when it comes to housing, on its broken promises to reduce Australians' energy bills? That's where we need to go next.
What do you do then about the message this sends to, say, your Teal seats, to the younger generation in particular, younger voters, and there are going to be more and more of them who care about the climate, who care about emissions? I mean, are you moving against them?
Well, we're not saying no to reducing emissions, but we just can't keep going the way we are when it is renewables only and it is not bringing down prices. I've spoken to spoke to a young person just in the show. He stopped me the other day and he was actually for us dropping net zero. So you can't put all young people in one basket either. And I think it's going to be really important when it comes to our messaging that we do care about the environment. We do care about the climate. It is not about that. It's about this renewables-only focus that Labor has our country going down and is killing people.
Just a final one before we go. Melissa, 1 month out now from the social media ban. We brought you on to talk about that today. So where are you at this morning on that?
The intent is very good. We want to protect Australian children, but for months now I've been sort of saying, I don't know that this is going to work. We're hearing now that digital identification may need to be required. A platform may compel an Australian to use their government ID. We didn't sign up for that. And one of my questions there is, well, where is the data of Australians going to be stored? And this even gets back to the question of energy. Data storage is a huge possibility in our country. People want our data stored here in Australia. You can't do that without power. Right now, that power is our local energy grid. So we need to be looking at nuclear and other power options for the future. Yeah. I'm also questioning, the platforms that are in or out. Just last week, the government announced another 2 platforms that will be included. People just don't know. So you've got the issue with digital ID, you've got which platforms are in or out, and Australians are telling me families that have lost loved ones to harm when it comes to social media, inappropriate content, that they don't feel Australians are ready because the government is not pushing this enough, not letting Australians know. So big questions. The intent to protect kids is strong, but this is going somewhere else.
OK, just a moment on, I know this is a state issue, not so much a federal one, but those images that we saw on the weekend of the Nazis out the front of New South Wales Parliament, I mean, have you got a view on that this morning?
Yeah, it should never happen. Yeah. And the fact that it's potentially a communication error, that's not good enough. The government needs to get to the bottom of it very quickly and ensure that this doesn't happen again.
All right, Melissa, appreciate your time. Thank you. We'll chat